I have it open, I'll tell you.
Oh, I think we're live.
Oh!
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Indie Games Showcase. Thank you so much for waiting and patiently waiting. We really appreciate it. So many tech issues today. Seriously, thank you, everybody, for coming out and enjoying the show. I am your host, Nemesis Network. I'm an indie game fan. I love everything video games, but most especially indie games. But today, I just want to introduce you to our co-hosts. First, I want to introduce you to Chalora. Chalora, will you give us some introductions and a little about you?
Hi, I'm Chalora, and I'm a stupid bitch.
Okay.
No, that's just a throwback. But it's not entirely wrong. I play a huge variety of games over on my channel at twitch.tv/Chalora. I'm a trans drag artist, member of Team Stream Queens, obviously. Yeah.
Thanks, Chalora. Kara, can you introduce us to you?
I sure can. I'm Kara Couture. I'm a gender fluid fashion illustrator, drag content creator, member of Team Stream Queens, the Draws Play Queen of Twitch, and yeah, I do all kinds of stuff. Keep him busy.
Awesome, and Barky, please let us know about you.
Hi, I'm Tubarky Bark. I'm a non-binary vape lady, drag queen. I play lots of cute games and spooky games. Member of Team Stream Queens. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you all for being here with me. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for being patient with me with all these tech issues. But let's get on with the show. Since we're late, let's get on with it. Today, we're going to show you the past, present, and future, and a special award at the end of the show for all of our favorite picks today and indie games in general. So we're going to start with the past, go to the present, the future, and then a surprise at the end of the show that you in the chat can vote for. So stay tuned so you can help pick through our games. So I just want to get right into the first game so we can talk about some things and then we can have some conversations. So Chalora's pick for the past of indie games, we are going to show you a little video and then we're going to discuss it. We're going to discuss some things and that's just going to be how the presentation flows along. And I hope you love it. I really wanted to create this show and this little showcase because me and the other co-hosts were talking about it. And there isn't really a lot of queer, trans, non-binary drag visibility in these presentations like E3, Game Awards, all these different showcases in the media. So I really wanted to create something from the ground up because you can't get anything done unless you do it yourself. So that's what I'm doing. And I really wanted to create something to showcase and highlight and make our own presentation. So, I mean, let's just get into it. I want to show the first video. Please bear with me if things are a little, not the best, but I hope you enjoy the show. Thank you again. We are going to go to the first video. That was our
Oh.
first game. Barky is not on the screen. Don't know what's going on there, but you know, hi. Chlora, will you please tell us more about Journey?
Yeah, absolutely. Journey came out like fucking how many years ago was that? I don't know, but really long time ago. Came out like around the time of the PS3. I think it's an incredible game. It's timeless. It transcends language because you don't need to play with. There's no tutorial, and you don't need one. It's all visual. I don't even think there's any dialogue besides maybe like tooltips once in a while, if any. And I don't know. I cry every single time I play it, and I think that it's a journey that you can sort of experience more than once. I noticed that if you have like the online features turned on, that you'll go on the journey with other people who are playing like in real time. And I was talking, was it with you, Nem? I was talking about, and like you were like, no, that's not real. And
Yep, I was like, I just played the game and I thought it was
Yeah.
cute, and I didn't realize that the different people were just there. They were just hanging out, and it was online people.
Yeah, so like sometimes like because I played it the first time offline and there was no like I was just by myself. So then I played it another time and I had like the online features turned on and whatever, and I was like, why are there other people? Where are these kind of people? Like, who is that? And you just there's like a button you can press. It's like your one like action button, and you make like a little like whoo noise or whatever.
Yep, I know it.
And so I was sitting there with like this other person who was a real person and just going whoo, back and forth at each other. And it's really freaking cute. And at the end of your journey, it tells like in the credits, it tells you who you interacted with, like who you passed by. And I don't know, just something about like the story of Journey made that so much stronger that you experienced it with another person, and you can literally go all the way to the end with people, like with real other people, and it really does change the dynamic of the game. I'm actually getting goosebumps again. But the music is really, really good and really, really effective.
Yeah, just from that trailer, that music
Yeah.
was gorgeous. Like,
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it. So Journey is developed by That Game Company, and it's available, one of the only ones in our presentation today, on the PS3, PS4, what else do we have here, and Microsoft Windows. And this game was released 9 years ago. 9 years ago was pretty incredible. A lot of our games are about, I would say Journey's probably the oldest from the past that we have here on this list. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone?
I
No.
think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great, it stands up to pretty much, it's pretty timeless, like you said, Shlora.
It's visually stunning. Like
Oh.
you could play this game now and people would still be like, oh my gosh.
I did. I played it recently.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, so we were so rushed into getting into this. I did want to touch on some words that we need to define for you all. So if we do mention them in this presentation, I just want you to understand everything that's going on. I'm sorry I didn't mention it earlier before we watched the first game, but I really just wanted to get into the presentation today. So we have some words I just want to define for you. So an indie game is a short, it's short for independent video game, and is a video game typically created by individuals or small development teams without the financial and technical support of a large game publisher. I'm sorry, I'm reading this without glasses. I usually do not have contacts in or no glasses on, so I'm like squinting to look at my notes, so please bear with me. And I just wanted to also, while we go through this, we have a lot of developers versus publishers. So developers are the people that crafted the game. They do the, I don't want to say the hard work, but they made the game. They make everything involved. And then publishers are the people that put out the game, and it's why you see it on the shelves. It's why you see it in commercials. It's why you see all these things online. So I just wanted to make sure we knew the difference between developers and publishers. So if you hear us reference that, you would understand what that is about. And then I have a AAA title. It is in the video game industry. A AAA title is a informal classification used to categorize games and produced by a mid-sized major publisher. So an example of this would be like Square Enix. Another example would be, do we have any examples?
Nintendo.
Bethesda, right? Are those good examples?
Capcom.
Capcom. Those are AAA. So you won't be seeing a lot of those today, but I just wanted to make sure there was a distinction when we're referencing that.
You won't be seeing any.
You won't be. You won't be. This is Indie Game Showcase. So we're gonna go back into the videos. I wanna have us go watch the past games, and then we can go into our first conversation about all the stuff, but I want everybody to discuss why we picked our games. So we just watched Journey, which was Shalora's pick, and we're gonna go into Barky's pick, and I'm gonna show you the game right now. Just give me a second. It's a very popular game, very excited to see it. I played it on my channel. Barky, have you played it on your channel?
I didn't play it on my channel. Well, actually I did. It was the very first game I ever streamed, so no one was there. But so I haven't played it recently. But I did make my friend Bats play it because I love it so much. So some people in the community have seen it recently.
All right, let's get into it. I want to show you inside.
Yeah.
And that was Playdead's Inside. Thank you so much. So we are, I don't know what I'm saying. Hold on. So that was first seen at E3 in 2014. And it is available actually on all consoles. I wrote a note saying that it was available on all these different systems, but it's actually available on all consoles and PC. So you can get it anywhere you'd like. And it's developed by Playdead. And Barky, would you tell us more about this game and why you chose it?
Totally, yeah. So it was a sequel to Limbo, if anyone knows the game Limbo.
Of course.
Which is a very similar style game. It's another puzzle platformer, very like dark, scary, no dialogue, no instructions, kind of. And it was one of like my first real indie games that I played. So it was really enthralling. I got sucked into it. It has like one of my favorite endings ever. I absolutely love the ending. And I'm not that great at puzzles, and I feel like it was a really good like balance of challenging but not like impossible. Like it kept me really sucked into it the entire time. And I don't want to spoil anything, but there's like really fascinating theories online after you play it. Like I just really love what the developers were going for with both Limbo and Inside. I think it's a really fascinating game.
I think it's a great game too. I think Limbo's a great game as well. I love that game so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like Deer said, it totally inspired Little Nightmares, which really blew up. It's like that dystopian kind of world, very scary. I freaking love that game. The ending. I love the ending.
I started playing it and then I died and I stopped playing. Oh my goodness. There's someone upstairs doing some violent stuff. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. So yeah, let's go right into the next game, shall we? The next pick on our presentation, oh, it already started playing on my computer, is titled Flipping Death. And Kara chose this game actually, so let's watch the trailer and we will talk about it after we watch.
For penny gold, death had a strange flip side. Literally. Welcome to the other side, where if you're here, you're most likely dead. But for Penny, there was no rest in peace.
A job? But what do I have to do?
Oh, you know, the usual.
Well, I did once temp in a kindergarten.
From the creators of Sticker to the Man comes a new adventure with an innovative flip side.
Ugh, smells like wet socks in here.
Did the ice cream just talk to me?
Possess and control the living to help the ghosts with their problems.
Got any super glue?
Curse that Dr. Laser!
He wasn't even a good kisser.
Why am I doing this?
I always assumed dying would be the last thing I ever did, but well, here we are.
Awesome! Thank you so much for that. That looks amazing. I actually love the development studio Zoink Games, and we're going to show some more later. But please tell us why you chose that game.
So I don't think enough people know or appreciate this game. It came out like fairly early into like the Switch's life cycle in like late 2017. But oh my god, it's so good. The writing is top of the line. It's so self-aware. And it's like just enough of a dark sense of humor to it, where it's like it's a little fucked up, but it's great. It's so funny. And I mean, if you need a good selling point, I think it's in like the second level. You get to control a seagull who you can make poop on command.
Oh,
and it's real fun.
Yeah, I love Zoink Games. We're gonna talk about another game that they have in their lineup later. You can actually get Flipping Death on PlayStation 4, Microsoft Windows, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. And this game was first seen 4 years ago. And I think it holds up. I know we're talking about past, present, future, and eventually another award, but I think these games really hold up. They're very timeless, and I think that's something with a lot of indie games, is that you can't really put a time period on them. They look amazing no matter what. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
When you're right, you're right.
When you're right, you're right. I mean,
I have to say it. I gotta tell y'all. So this is the order we're going to be going through. I don't know if it was any obvious, but Shalora will be sharing first, then Barky, then Kara, and then I will choose a game. So I am going to pull up the video for my selection of our last in this category for the past indie games. This one is, I think, pretty popular in the horror community. And I hope you enjoyed this little 1-minute video, and we will be back in a second to discuss why I chose this game. And I really apologize, everybody. I'm really not trying to have tech issues or be really nervous or like staring into my paper, but I just want this to be the best, so please understand. But let's show you this video, and we will go into our first discussion point. That's not a video, and yeah, so let's watch.
Hello, I am Spooky, and this is my home. Can you, Puzzle Player, make it through 1,000 rooms?
I'm dancing to that song. I love that song.
That's a bop.
I know, I'm like twerking in my chair, but no one can see me. So that is Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, and it's actually been remade HD so many different times, but it is only available on PC, I believe, for the time being, because a lot of these indie games, I don't know if you can see a trend, maybe not so much in this, but a lot of indie games are based on Steam, and a lot are on itch.io, because indie games, unfortunately, do not have the funds and the financials like these AAA titles and companies do. So yeah, you can get this on Steam. I think it's a pretty popular game. I've seen a lot of streamers play it. It's really fun. There's a lot of charm to it because it is very, on the surface level, very cutesy, but very, very dark very quickly. I don't know if anybody else in the call has played this game. Anybody?
I haven't played
I
it,
really
but
want
I've
to.
watched a lot of it.
It's very good. They have the Happy Mask Salesman from Zelda. They have all these created characters. They have DLCs. It's an amazing game for horror fans. So if you like horror, I would definitely suggest taking a look at this game, even though it does look kind of a little silly at sometimes. But when you get really in there, it is really, and there's different endings. It's just amazing. So I love that. I love that game. And it is developed by Albino Moose, and it's only available on Steam, like I mentioned. So, with that being said, I just want to discuss our first question of the day. I was going to say night, but it's not nighttime. It's very early in the morning. So, I just wanted to say, this goes for anybody that would like to answer, what do you enjoy most about indie games opposed to AAA titles? Is there any charm that you find a little more appealing? Is there anything you see like, ooh, that's why I really love indie games, and that's why I don't really love the big gaming companies that just throw games at us? Like, feel free to talk if anybody would like.
If I may, if we're going to go in that order.
No, go ahead.
I feel like indie games are definitely more like homegrown. You know what I mean? Like, when you go to like a local restaurant versus like McDonald's or like, you know, whatever people eat in America, because we have like Eastside Mario's, but I don't think y'all got that. But like you can taste, so like you can feel the like passion project of an indie game. I feel like indie games, there's no limits. There's no director being like, I don't know about those queer characters. Get them out of here. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
There's no limits, there's no bars, there's nothing. And that's kind of what I love about it. And you never know what you're going to get. I feel like, you know, a Pokemon games comes out, you know exactly what's going to happen because it's the same. It's the cookie cutter. It's AAA. It's always going to be the same.
Yeah, totally. I just feel like the indie games just have that like boldness with their ideas. They have an idea and they go like full out, and it's the most like unique, like weird idea that like most people would never cross their minds.
I agree.
And some random artist came up with it and like just committed to this crazy cool game, you know? That's what I feel like the biggest difference is with the AAA games, where like you see just like lots of reboots and sequels and, you know, reusing ideas and remaking games slightly different, you know, that indie games kind of don't do, I feel like.
Yeah. I think for me, what really draws me into indie games as a genre is the specificity that they have. They have more of a very pointed view of the story they want to tell. It's got a very clear direction, whether it's from a stylistic standpoint, gameplay, whatever. But because they're since they're on a smaller basis and it's more of an independent structure for their leadership, they're able to do things that AAA studios just don't do. And they're able to tell stories in ways that AAA studios aren't brave enough to do.
Yeah, I agree. And that leads me actually to my next topic. Thank you for the very good segue. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you just took the words right out of my mouth. That I wanted to mention these two games that me and Shora were discussing. There are two games that they were bought out by AAA companies, and they aren't indie games anymore. I think that needs to be discussed more and maybe dived into. Because, like Kara said, as an indie game, you can kind of have free range. You can do whatever you'd like. They don't really care what people think. They just want to have their vision made. But when it goes to AAA, it goes higher up. They're like, oh, no. We can't do that. So I just wanted to bring up some... what is this game called, Shora?
Star Fox Adventure.
Star Fox Adventure. And actually, Gang Beasts was bought out by PlayStation and retitled Party Animals. And I'll go into that, but I want Shora to discuss Star Fox Adventure.
So Star Fox Adventures used to be, I believe it was called Dinosaur Planet. I know Doladar knows a lot more about this game than I do, so like feel free to please just like take the full reins in the chat if you want to, and if I'm totally wrong, go ahead, correct me. But originally the main character was Crystal, which was like that blue fox lady, and it was almost the developer was doing their thing and whatever, and Nintendo was like, we need new Star Fox games. They just picked it up, put very little stuff into it at all, and just threw some Nintendo crap in there and then left it like that. From what I understood. But like, I don't know, like I think a lot of people think that game's not good, and I can agree, just because like it does kind of look unpolished, unfinished, and I feel like that's a result of what happened with it. I don't know, I feel like if a AAA title or developer wants to take on an indie game, they should at least take the original person's intent and vision into the game. Like, you're taking it and then you're completely warping it into something that it's not, or you're gonna leave it in the dust or whatever, and it's really sad.
Yeah, and that's like, so on my channel, I don't know if anybody else here, I know Kara and I were talking about the Game Awards and how we're both going to be co-streaming the Game Awards. Thank you so much for including some LGBT, non-binary, a very sexy artist in your presentation. Thank you so much.
Badges in the mail.
I know, we're getting our badges, but thank you for doing that, Game Awards. But we were talking about, well, I do a lot of co-streaming of these events, and on one of the events, I believe it was a PlayStation presentation, and they showed a game that looked very similar to Gang Beasts, and I was like, I hope they're giving Gang Beasts a check, because this looks exactly the same. And then I come to find out that PlayStation had bought out Gang Beasts, so Gang Beasts can't produce any more content because it is under the new PlayStation title called Party Animals, which I did think was kind of sad, because Gang Beasts had a lot of charm to it. It's its own game, and then for someone to, I'm glad they're getting their money, but, they kind of just took it, and now they can't produce their original game. But I don't know, just the whole buying and then not letting the original people, like, really do a lot kind of makes me a little sad. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that these like big game studios are noticing the value of indie games and all the stuff that we're talking about, and they're trying to monetize that and get in on it, but they should do it the right way, where they're letting the artists really take the reins and let it stay authentic as it can be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up this topic, does anybody else have anything they'd like to add?
I was just gonna say that, like, imagine if, like, for us anyway, as drag artists, like, if you were in the middle of painting your face and suddenly someone was like, you'd look really good on, like, I don't know, Drag Race or something, and then they took it and like made it like something else. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I would be so mad. I'd be like, don't touch me. Like, get out of here.
Get away.
Get away.
All right, so we're going to move on from the past of indie games, and we're going to move on to the present. So these games in this next section, you're going to see be released between, I want to say, 2 years ago to the present. And then after that, we'll be going to future games that have not come out, games that we're very excited to see. And then I will show you a surprise category. Stay tuned. You will be able to vote for that category. You're going to love it. But yeah, we're going to go right into the next one, Shalora's pick, and we will discuss it after. And I hope you enjoy this cute little video. It is such a cute little game, and I can't wait for Shalora to talk about it. So I'm so excited. But yeah, let's get right into this one. How cute is that? That game looks so cute, Chalora.
Oh, it gives me life. It like when I saw this game, I think did Kara, was it you that sent it to me?
I don't think it was. I sent you
Oh,
a Chibi Robo.
somebody
wait a
sent
minute.
it to me.
No, I sent you like 3 or 4.
Yeah. But when I saw this, I was like, I couldn't breathe. I still can't when I think about this game. I have a huge adoration for like spiders, bugs, whatever. And I always think of ways of like, because I think spiders are cute, and I understand like there's a lot of people with like arachnophobia or they think spiders are gross, and I really wish that like things like this really help people. But if they don't, like that's totally understandable because like phobias are like usually an irrational fear. But this game does have an arachnophobia mode where it turns all the spiders into big blobs, so they're just cute.
Oh, that's
stupid looking little
adorable.
blobs. And so you don't have to worry if you think this game looks cute, it looks like fun, but spiders, ew, gross. Don't worry, they have an arachnophobia mode. They really thought of everything. It's incredibly charming, incredibly cute. Whether the devs are here or not, just saying hey. But at the end of the game, I honestly thought trans pride, you know.
Yeah, I know. I wanted you to discuss that a little more, but I didn't want you to spoil it for the chat. But like, it's
there are. I mean, I don't think it's spoilers because I want to explain, but like, there are cosmetics in the game that change how the spider looks, and in the wild, you know, there are spiders who are female, typically don't have bright colors or patterns or anything like that, and so throughout the game, you're playing as a visually female spider, and you're going to save your boyfriend, who's the colorful spider that you see or saw in the trailer. At the end of the game, you do get a cosmetic of the colorful spider, which is a male. And to me, that says trans, that says transition, because you're changing from female to male. And
right.
Your boyfriend doesn't change. So you're both just trans gay spiders. And to me, that's what I read it as. And I'm going to keep it that way no matter what. I don't really care if anyone says otherwise.
As you should.
I when I think of Chalora, I think of like everything beautiful they teach me about bugs. So please, if the developers of this game, it is developed by S-Bug Games, and the game is called Webbed, if you didn't catch it in the big bold letters. It is available only on Steam, because like I mentioned earlier, a lot of indie games, they started on Steam, they moved to other platforms, but it's a very charming game. So shout out to the developers of S-Bug Games, and please, if you have any more bug games that coming out, please work with Chalora, because Chalora will play the fuck out of those games, because
I will.
You really will. So I want to move on from a very charming game to another very charming game. It's so cute. I haven't played it yet, but I really, really, really want to play this game. This is Barky's pick for the present indie game section, and we will discuss more about it at the end of the video. If you haven't caught what I'm trying to do here, it's kind of like a rhythm. But yeah, we'll talk about it in just a second, but please enjoy this trailer for Ooblets. Isn't that so cute? I love these games. I love indie games, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Dead. It's so fucking cute. Oh my god.
So, but I just want to, before you say anything, I just want to tell them where they can get this game. This is available on Microsoft Windows and Xbox One only for the time being. It is developed by Glumberland, and it is only a single-player game. Very charming. And Barky, please tell us more about this game, because I am obsessed.
I would love nothing more. Oh my god. Like when you posted about this panel, I was like, do I get to talk about Ooblets? Like I freaking love this game so much. I played a lot on my channel, so I think a lot of people who watch my channel know it. And basically, I play it and just talk about how much I love it the entire time. It's from a super small studio. It started with just like 2 people, and then I think they kind of hire a few people here and there. And it released as like an early access game last summer in 2020. And they've been like releasing little updates and like new locations throughout the year. I just have been really enjoying like watching the game grow with the community. I like pitch it as like it's Animal Crossing meets Stardew meets Pokemon.
I was gonna say, I see that.
It's all the best bits of it too. Like it's all the cute stuff. It's all the fun stuff. It makes me so happy. The writing is adorable. I love the clothes. I love the characters and the designs of the ooblets themselves. Like the graphics and the animations just make me so happy. It's like the game is pure serotonin to me. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about ooblets.
No, I definitely was happy you brought it up because I've seen this game. So many streamers played it on release, and I was just so excited to have a conversation about it because this game is very charming. I love that there's customization. I love the art style. A lot of indie game art styles are amazing. They're so unique, and I'm glad we're discussing more about it, but so unique. So the direction of these games, like I would have never thought to mix all of these things and make it into one like it is. It's doing it so successfully here on this, and it just looks amazing. So I'm happy you did bring it up because I'm obsessed. If it wasn't obvious.
Yeah, and it's really fun to play. I cannot recommend it enough.
I know. I gotta buy it after this presentation. I'm about to. They're about to get a couple more dollars.
The stock market skyrocket.
Yeah, Glumberland about to get a pretty penny after this.
It better.
Alrighty, so we're gonna move on to Kara's pick, and then we're gonna go into mine after. But this game, I can't even. These games are so cute. Like I'm obsessed. So we're gonna move on to this next little game. I'm trying to read the title because it has a long title. It is called Rainbow Billy and the Curse of the Leviathan. Kara, have you played this on your channel?
Yeah, I just finished it not too long ago. And I love it. Probably one of my favorite games I played this year.
Awesome. Let me show y'all a trailer and then we'll discuss it a little bit. Right? Meow.
Here's the story about Billy, the quiet kid sailing at sea. One morning while fishing, the sky suddenly turns to gray, and all the colors fade away. Rainbow Billy, the Curse of the Leviathan.
I just want to say, when my co-host can't see me behind because I have to do this on a complicated little setup, but when the music in these trailers come up, I'm twerking my little GameStop booty so good. Like the music in these games, and I gotta give a shout out to one of my co-hosts today. We got a video game music panel tonight that you have to tune into. A lot of everybody I think on this call except for Barky, but Barky's gonna be in the chat, is on that panel. It's gonna be amazing. But the music in indie games, so good. Kara, please tell us more about this game.
Yes, so Rainbow Billy is a game. I describe the play style as it's very like classic Paper Mario meets Undertale in a way. So it's got kind of that traditional platforming, but the combat isn't really combat. They're called confrontations, and you're dealing with a Leviathan who has cursed the world to lose all of its color, and you go around finding these little cursed creatures along the way who have been affected and are all black and white and are all kind of like angry and mean looking. And in your confrontations, you talk to them about why they feel the way they do, and you use the powers of kindness and understanding to restore their colors, and then you become friends with them. And then you use them and the colors that they acquire to, do more combat. And it's great. I love it so much. Billy themselves is canonically non-binary.
Oh!
There's gay characters in this game. There's other non-binaries. There's like trans storylines.
Let's go.
It's so beautifully written, and the developers have described this as hope punk as the genre for it, in a way that it's a game that is supposed to be like kind of on the edge of viewing the world as a place where there is a little bit of good in everybody, and if everybody was just kinder to each other, the world would be a better place and everything's going to be okay. And the whole game, I'm almost crying thinking about the credits, because the credits alone recontextualized the entire storyline, and it's so good. And like, it was a gut punch in the best way. Each section of the game is also like based on a different like emotional kind of facet. They all have their own little color palette. Like the first area is based on strength and then sort of like ideas of toxic masculinity. The second area is about like grief and depression. And the third area is about like self-acceptance and accepting the parts of yourself that you're not necessarily the happiest about, but there's still a part of you, and that makes you just as good of a person as anybody else. And it's so good.
I know, Kara, I hate to cut you off, but we have to look at this gameplay I have on the screen right now. This blend of 2D and 3D is just beautiful. I already told you about the music. The gameplay combat style looks amazing. The blend of saturation in this game, from going from no color to beautiful color, I mean, come on now. Like, what an amazing game. Please go check this out. Let me tell you what you can find this. You can find this game. It is developed by Mana Void, available on PlayStation 4, Microsoft Windows, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. So there's really no excuse why you can't play this game, because it is out there for you to play. So
I've been crying since Webbed. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm going to go into my pick, and then we're going to get to another discussion point afterwards. But I will show you this game. It is different from the last three, but is very charming, very beautiful to look at. If you like fighting games, you're going to love this one. It is beautiful. The soundtrack, the score, the art, everything about it. Amazing. So stick around in just 1 second. I haven't played this on my channel yet, but I would love to, because this game is chef's kiss. Let me show you some Skullgirls.
Curiosity can't kill me.
Time to paint the town red.
After you,
Get out of my head!
time for your physical.
Going down.
I'm sorry that trailer was a little lengthy, but I am just obsessed with that title. Skullgirls Encore is produced and published and developed by Lab Zero Games. I am obsessed with... I've played this game for so many years. It's been remastered. It's been remade with new characters, new features, and they constantly work on this game to this day. So it's present and future because they have lots of new content, but all the characters are beautiful women. They have a couple male characters, but it's like just like one or two. But all of the characters are, because it's titled Skull Girls, are beautiful women, strong. They're so unique in their play styles. I love 2D fighters, so having a game like this that's a 2D fighter and so like unique to the time period of each of these characters and their stories, it's really an amazing game if you like 2D fighters. So I would go get this if you would like to. It is only available on Steam, so you only can play it on PC, unfortunately. But I mean, I don't know if anybody else has heard of this game. This game is, I love every feature in it. The little CGs are beautiful. The art, I love in 2D fighters when they have like little CG animated like art things at the end of their story. The story is great. The combat's great. I can't say anything more because it's just an amazing game. So
And there's only 2 men, so they're easy to ignore.
exactly, you're just like, get them over there, and then all the women are like, hey, like what's going on?
And we
So
can focus on what's important. Yeah.
and all the women are gorgeous, and like they all are just, I can't, like, when I tell you I love what's her name? I almost called her Miss Fortune. Oh, one of their names is Miss Fortune. I'm thinking of League of Legends, whatever. But yeah, that brings us to the end of our present indie games section. And I just wanted to discuss another topic point that isn't a video game, but we're going to talk about the genre of indie games in general. But this is for, we can go to Laura, Barky, and then Kara, but do you see a big difference in how indie game developers handle their games and communities surrounding it opposed to AAA titles? And I have some examples that we can say that have got a lot of controversy recently, but we'll edit that out. Laura, if you'd like to start?
I'm sorry, I totally lost. Like, it was a long question.
Okay. Do you see a big difference in how indie game developers handle their games and the communities surrounding it opposed to AAA titles?
Yes. I feel like, you know, if you ask, well, for most people anyway, a lot of AAA titles don't have like forums that they usually care about very much, or like, even if there are forums or whatever, it's very just like surface levels, customer service type attitude. Whereas you see like Concerned Ape will answer questions constantly on Twitter, on forums, on Steam. For those who don't know, Concerned Ape made Stardew Valley. And, you know, the smaller titles, developers will usually, you know, keep us up to date about stuff more frequently, answer questions, want to talk with us, want to communicate with us. I don't know, they're more interested in what people have to say. And AAA titles are just like, you bought the game? Cool.
We have your money now. Sucks.
Yeah, thanks for buying it. Bye.
Yeah, I agree. Barky, if you'd like to add anything?
Totally, exactly what Chalora said. And I just feel like logically, it makes so much more sense if you're releasing a game to like collaborate with everyone who's playing with it. That's basically what indie developers do with like Discords and stuff, and you get to hear feedback from everyone who's playing your game. So
Right.
like obviously that's going to make your game better, because look at all this like collaborative energy you're dealing with. You're going to get so many new ideas, and I don't get why you wouldn't put more energy into, you know, your community around the game.
Well, and I think it speaks to the sales of it as well. If you really, I know AAA titles are very popular and they go a long way, but if it's a good indie game that has a lot of good content coming with it and a great like community around it, it's definitely going to employ some great sales to that video game. I can speak to a couple other games and then pretty much everything we're showcasing here. So,
and those sales are more meaningful. Like now
Right.
I'm here talking about Ooblet so passionately. Like it is like, you know, a passion of mine, just someone else's game because they've involved me with it, you know? I don't, it's just such
No,
a
you're
better
right, and you should say
way to
it.
do Yeah. Thank you.
Kara, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I was gonna say something kind of along the same lines of like the level of direct contact that indie game developers tend to have with the streamers who, you know, put the content out for their games, or just the players who have bought it and are just playing it casually on their own in general. AAA doesn't do that. Like I played a game for Season of Pride this last year, and the developer was in my chat almost the entire time I played it, giving me help and pointers because the whole game was based on like a DOS typing system that I had no idea how to operate. And she was the whole time was like, yeah, this is actually something that I didn't really think about, that like there could be a generational divide that affects how you consume this content. And I may need to make some updates to account for that. So I'm, you know, glad that we have this little interaction today. So like you get these nice little things that like you just don't see that with AAA studios.
It's more sentimental. So, with that, we're going to move on to upcoming releases of indie games. So we all have chosen a selection of a game that we're very, very excited for coming out in the future, or is coming out very soon, or already out. But these games, I am so excited. It was so hard choosing just one because there's so many good indie games coming up, but I did have to limit for the duration of this stream. So I think we're going to get right into it, and this is Chlora's pick. I know we were all fighting to show off this one and say it was our pick because this game... Yeah, I think all of us would have been happy to be like, this is our pick, because this is... this game, when you all see it, you're going to want to get it.
Well, I got it first.
Okay, well, go... All right. So this game is titled Spirit Swap, and I'm just going to show you the trailer, and then we can discuss it afterwards.
I'll spend my days as a spirit, floating through. I hope I find my peace of mind. I'd swap nothing out of my heart, or try to find the light in the dark. Fly around the world, make friends on the way, and maybe you can find your faith. When the weight of the world is on your heart, I wish you well, and every single person that was rude to you, I hope they're doing better than they were back then. Cause it's all just different things that motivate the constant hate. I just wanna have a smile upon my face. Oh, we can swap spirits in the afternoon. We can swap spirits in the afternoon. We can swap spirits in the afternoon. We can swap spirits in the afternoon.
That soundtrack, when I tell y'all, that was good. Flora, please tell us more about this game. I know we've had more discussion off the live about this, and the inclusion of so many different people in this game is so beautiful, and they made it very apparent when releasing this game that they wanted that to be a main feature of it. So please go in.
Okay. This game, all queer. It's a dating sim.
Yes!
It's literally like Pokemon Puzzle League meets Bejeweled meets queer meets people of color. Like, there are no white people to be found, thank God. It's so good. There is a demo. It's very short, unfortunately, but it was just nice to play and just like a good time. For anyone who doesn't know what Pokemon Puzzle League is, you should. It was really, really fun to play because there is like a competitive mode where you can like play against your friends. If you saw in the trailer, there is an 8-player mode, which is super fun too. And you can just vibe and hang out with your friends, up to 8 people or whatever, and just like have a really good time. The solo mode, there's like a dating sim aspect to it. There's polyamory. Like there's already like polyamorous couples that you can like date in this game. there's just I love every.
Look how
aspect
hot
of
this
it.
person
They really
is.
thought of literally everything. So I just adore it. I think it's fantastic. I love that there are different sizes of people, like different kinds of body shapes. It's not just like here's a skinny one and here's like a sort of bulky but like hunky one. Like they didn't like zhuzh it up anyway. They're just those are their bodies, and I don't know. I love how good it is. I don't know. It's just excellent.
I know. I'm happy you talked about body and like just including different body shapes because I don't think we see that a lot in video games, unfortunately.
No,
and I would
yeah.
love to see it more. I myself, I love supporting different body types and body like just art with like body positivity is so beautiful to me. It's so important, and I wish video games would get a good grasp on that to show more bodies and how beautiful they are. And I love that everybody's a person of color in this game. We don't need more white people in video games. I'm so sorry. Like we need more diversity. Come on now. I mean, hello. But Spirit Swap is developed and published by Soft Knot Week, and it's going to be available on Steam, unfortunately, for the time being. I know it's probably because it's coming out, so I'm sure it'll go through some different places if it's successful. So please support this game. Please buy it.
It should be successful.
Please give your money to these creators, the people we're highlighting, so they can make better games. And because they're indie games, they don't have the great financial support as other studios do. So please support your indie games. And from that, we're going to go on to the next game. And this is called... Barky, when I tell you this game, when you sent it to me, I was like, I'm so excited for this. This looks great. So I'm very excited for this game. For horror fans out there, this game is very camp and very scary. So I'm excited to show you this trailer. Choo Choo Charles is developed and published by Two Star Games, and it's going to be available on Steam. And this game is actually a solo game developer. So it's an indie game, but developed by a solo person. So let me show you the trailer, and then we'll discuss it. Barky, was that a spider? Choo-choo train murderous being? What was that?
Ooh.
Please tell us more about this game, because I am intrigued.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh my god. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, I mean this trailer is something else. Like I feel like it's just so wild to watch this trailer. It went viral on Twitter just because it's so like weird. It's so shocking that someone made a game like this. And it's like I'm saying, what I love most about indie games are their bold ideas. And I feel like this is a very bold
I mean, look at the screen right now. That thing is scary.
So scary. And the scenes where you're like hiding behind trees, like it terrifies me. This game seems so scary. It seems like such an inventive idea. You're basically like, it's like a horror crafting game. Like, I just think that combo sounds really fun to me. I love foraging kind of games like that. And it's just such an inventive idea that it just really sticks out amongst all these other new games. Like, imagine this compared with like the reboots and the sequels that are kind of being done by the AAA studios. I feel like this is just the opposite end of the spectrum for that. And I love it so much. And like you said, it's a one-person developer, which I think is really impressive. I think it looks amazing. I'm really excited to play it.
I hope it becomes a whole series. I want to see Choo Choo Charles 2.
Same.
Choo Choo Charles returns from the dead. Choo Choo
He
Charles
tells his
flies in
mom,
from the sky. Like, I want to see it all.
Uncle, where'd it come from? Let's see its family. I love
Yes.
that. Yeah.
I want to go to the
Charles
family
down the
meeting
path.
at Thanksgiving dinner with Choo Choo
Oh, yes.
Charles and baby Choo Choo Charles.
Thanksgiving. I'd love that. Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, we explained that, and the first 2 games in this section, I did fail to mention that Spirit Swap and Choo Choo Charles will be available in 2022. I don't think they have an exact date yet. They're 2022 indie games. They let them work on their games and be the best thing before they come out. Don't be like, oh my god, you said release date. Like, let developers do their thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't crunch them.
Right, and that's
Oh.
when everybody complains that they're bad games if you're rushing them. That's why God of War, I know that's not an indie game, is being pushed back because people were like, and then they wanted to push it back, so it's an amazing game. So that's what I gotta say on that. And we're gonna move.
Yeah.
We're gonna move into Kara's pick, which I love this whole section just because I'm so excited for games to come out. I love playing games on the release and just like being just immersed in where they take you, because indie games can take you from Choo Choo Charles chasing you down as a spider to Spirit Swap dating sim to now Amber Isle. So I will talk about this a little more in a second, but I want to show you the trailer, everybody, and I hope you enjoy. I love all these like very cute like farming casual games we have in this. It's amazing. Kara, please tell us more about Amber Isle.
Yeah, so Amber Isle, immediately for me when I saw this during the Wholesome Direct during E3, which was hands down the best presentation.
I
of the
agree.
whole thing. And so basically it's presented almost like Animal Crossing in the way that you are a human character. You come in, you move into this little town full of these cute little anthropomorphic, little animals, but in this case, everything's a dinosaur. So if you were a dinosaur kid growing up, like I was to an extent, like this is amazing. But instead of it being what I have problems with Animal Crossing, where I get really overwhelmed because there's so many things you can do with the island customization, I don't know what to do and I just stress myself out and don't play it. This game centers around you get around your island, you get your resources, you craft, and then you essentially get to be Tom Nook, and you more so like Timmy and Tommy, you get to run the little shop in town, and you set your prices, you sell things to your little islanders, and help them along like with little daily things. And so you get to just be a little capitalist, but it's cute.
I love that. I'm so excited for that game to come out when I tell you. I love all the games we featured here today. I just want to go into our next game very quickly so we can have a big discussion about the end of our presentation. That is a big surprise. So I am going to show you this game. But before I do, I want to say that all the games in the future section of this, the last 3 games we have showed, are going to be available on only Steam, except for this next one I'm going to show you that will be available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Microsoft Windows. So please enjoy this little trailer I have for you all. It is called We Are OFK.
2, 1, 1, 0. Okay, here we go. Hi, I'm Itsumi. I play piano when I can get someone to actually pay me.
Itsu, this house has lawn games. Did you see?
Luca! Hey, it's my friend Luca.
Luca is the planet Saturn because he's far away, and Carter is a shooting star because they have long sweaters and do wishes.
Exactly. Thank you, Itsu. This is Jay. Jay is scary, but in a hot way, and is also a genius, but for your ears.
Look at their shirt!
What you doing?
Morning.
Everyone in Los Angeles is mourning something. Glad to have you with us.
I don't really know what I even want to say with music. You gotta have something to say.
If anything, you're honest. And when you're honest, saying anything is something special.
I get chills every time I watch those trailers. The music is so beautiful. We Are OFK, like I said, is going to be available on PlayStation 4, 5, and on Steam. So please wishlist it now because it's an amazing game with a lot of queer visibility. If you didn't see the shirt, like I told you to look at, it says Black Trans Lives Matter. And that right there is so important having a video game, and it just warms my heart. I am so happy they did that. But it is a dating sim, choose your adventure, like different endings, lots of fun stuff in there, and it's just going to be a great game in general, like story-based game, beautiful, I'm very excited to play it, and it's going to come out in 2022. It's been very hyped up by PlayStation and Microsoft Windows, because I think it's going to be a big hit. So, I think we're going to go right into the end section, because we are running low on time, and I want us to have a very big discussion on these last 4 games. So, have you noticed why we're dressed all fancy today? Because I do have a surprise for everybody in chat that this year we are debuting a cute little thing called the Stream Queens Con Game of the Year Award. This is actually an award show as well. Woohoo! So we have all picked a specific game that has been released between 2020 and 2021, just because, COVID's been happening and we just wanted to, get a big chunk of games in here. So I am very excited that I crafted a very great idea with my co-host here that we thought it would be very cute to highlight some of the best games this year and pick our favorite. And at the end of the 4th video, you are all going to vote in chat, use your channel points, use whatever you can to vote for whatever game you think deserves Stream Queens Con first ever Game of the Year award. So we're going to get right into it because I want us to talk very long about these games so you can choose your best, see who can convince you the best on which game is the best. So let's get right into the first video. Just 1 second. I gotta pull it up. This is Chlora's pick. Chlora, have you played this on your channel?
No.
Okay, well, awesome.
My stream doesn't like RPGs, but I love them.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you the video, and this game, our first pick for Stream Queens Con Game of the Year Award is Baldur's Gate 3.
Consider your predicament. 1 skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that. Try to cure yourself, shop around, beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door.
Laura, please tell us why you think everybody in chat should vote Baldur's Gate 3 for Stream Queens Con, first edition of the Game of the Year Award.
Well, first of all, I fell in love with Larian Studios when I first played Divinity Original Sin 2. They are still working on this. It is early access, but I honestly, I know Arson Nikki, for example, loves that. This is probably the only early access game that I actually enjoy playing, because they have it really well made. I think you can play the first chapter, and They keep adding classes, races, all sorts of stuff, and it's all polished. Like everything you saw in the cutscene type trailer, it literally looks like that in the game. You can zoom in. Everything is super fine detailed. They do an incredible job voice acting. There's so many outcomes that can happen in a game like this. So the replayability is out of this world. And that's something that I really appreciate in a game, is that like I can play as a sorcerer and then as a druid and then as a fighter and then as a this and then as a that, and I can just play it over and over and over again. And every time I play it, it's going to be different. The story is never going to be the same. So, and it has multiplayer, which is fun too. So pick it up, play with your friends. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
And vote for it today if you want to see this as the winner of tonight's little award. I love watching people play these types of games. I'm not very good at them myself, but I loved watching people play these games. So I think it's a great pick for our section here. So
I don't know. I love a game that you can like, you have options. You're not just like, I can only talk to this person or sell them stuff. No, I can pickpocket them if I want. I can attack them and murder them if I want. I can be a murder hobo, kill everybody in the game if I want to. Like you can just, the options are literally limitless, and that's what I adore, is that they considered every option.
Perfect. We're gonna go right into the next game. This is Barky's pick. No, of course. No, go ahead. I want everybody to get everything they can, but I'm just a little worried about time, so we're gonna go right into this next one, and this is Barky's pick for Stream Queens Con Game of the Year Award. Let's get it going and we'll talk about it after. So excited to show you this. I'm pretty sure you will all know this if you watch Twitch. I see a lot of streamers play this. So let's get into this right now.
Welcome to the inaugural flight of the ISS Alethea, where not everything is as it seems. Think you have the upper hand?
Oh no, the oxygen.
Think again. Trust no one. Not even your friends.
Let me out of here.
So, watch your back.
Why'd you do that? Oh my god! Hey! What have you done? I'm on fire!
Oh yeah, you did it.
Now off to new destinations with Sony PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Barky, please tell everybody why you want them to vote for this game.
Yes, I'll try to be quick. It's a social deduction game. It's kind of similar to Among Us, but it's much more like detailed. The graphics are a lot cuter. I really appreciate that. And the animations are really fun. Like the strangling animation makes me laugh so much. I really like the clothes in it. The customization is really fun. It's definitely definitely multiplayer. It's definitely to play with people you know. So maybe that's the one downside to it. But when you are playing with your friends, it's a really, really fun time. Like the perfect recipe for chaos, betrayal, drama. And I just really like the concept that they tied into it with it. It's been really fun to watch people stream it.
Oh yeah, I see the clips. The clips are hilarious. The clips
So
are
funny.
seriously hilarious. This game is developed by Invisible Walls, available on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. So pretty much every console, though you gotta go play it. But we're gonna go right into our next game. Kara's pick for Stream Queens Con Game of the Year Award is... I'm just gonna play the video.
Oh, we gotta go.
Oh, we do. Kara, please tell us why this game you think deserves Stream Queens Con Game of the Year award.
Okay, so this game, I think if you are any sort of creative, especially if you're an artist, this game is like perfect for that. Obviously, the whole world is really a giant coloring book for you. As you progress through the game, you get like different brushes, so you can like really make the map your own. It plays like a top-down Zelda, so if you're a fan of like Link's Awakening, Link to the Past, Minish Cap, it's right up that alley. I think the thing for me that did it is that it has this really cool relationship between a character who holds being an artist as a career on such an idealized pedestal versus a character that you are constantly coming into contact with who has reached that level of stardom and fame of being an artist and is having massive creative burnout because of all the things that come with being an artist, being a content creator, all the little things that you don't really think go into that you are just expected to handle and how overwhelming that can be. And so it has really cool discussions on mental health. The boss fights are great. It's got really good accessibility settings as well. So if like the boss fights are a little too intense for you, you can turn them off completely, I'm pretty sure. But there's so many things you can do with this game. Lena Raine, who did the soundtrack for Celeste, has done some stuff for Minecraft as well. Did the OST for this. We'll talk about that more later on. But oh, it's so good.
I love the little trailer. I'm sorry I had to cut it short. I was so sad that I had to cut it short. But I'm going to quickly show you my pick for Game of the Stream Queens Con Game of the Year award that is developed by Zoinks Games. That's why I was saying that that studio is very popular in this presentation. But this game is called Lost in Random. You can view the VODs on my YouTube channel. And this game is a work of art. I'm just going to show you a little clip. Then you guys can vote in the chat. You can actually vote right now, I'm pretty sure. Choose which one you would like, and we will give that award to them if we get the results. So I'm going to show you this trailer.
Dice? I haven't seen a real one in years.
I'm supposed to say something important. You know
nothing! You tell me where my sister is, you witch! Odd? Where are you? I'm coming for you, sis.
Water!
Odd!
What do we do to those who stand in our way?
We destroy them, my queen.
I gotta tell y'all, that game is great. Please go out and play it. It's by Zoinks Games. It is amazing. Such an amazing game. Thank you all so much for voting in the chat. I'm gonna show you quickly while we discuss here, just all of us around the screen, a cute little promo package of games that could not fit into the video. And we can discuss this here while we're talking with each other. But thank you all so much for voting. I loved every game we showed here today. Thank you all so much. While we're doing this, we can do our little outros. But yeah, let me just pull up this little video. Chalora, tell us where we can find you while I pull up this video.
You can find me everywhere at Chalora, or if you can't find me under Chalora, probably Chalora Flora. You can also find me on Twitch under twitch.tv/Chalora.
Where can we find you, Barky?
You can find me at Twitch TV/2BarkyBark, Twitter, Instagram, Fan House, TikTok, all 2BarkyBark. This was so fun. Thanks for having me.
I loved having you all here. Kara, tell us where we can find you and any upcoming projects.
Yeah, so you can find me all over the place. Twitch.tv/Kara Couture on Instagram and TikTok, Kara_Couture on Twitter. I'm doing a whole bunch of Dragula fan art, probably gonna do some Drag Race Season 14 fan art, way more draws plays. I've got like over 100 planned for this next year, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of art, and I can't wait.
Awesome. And you all can find me everywhere, Nemesis LaCroix, but on Twitch exclusively, Nemesis Network. Thank you all so much for coming today. I will be posting this promo package I had planned on Twitter, so please enjoy that because we do not have time today. But we do have a winner, and I want Kara to bring you all the news because it was Kara's pick. Kara, do you want to scream the name of this game from the rooftops? Tell us the winner.
The winner of the Stream Queens Con 2 Game of the Year award is none other than Chicory: A Colorful Tale.
Woo! Congratulations. Awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you all for coming today to the Indie Game Showcase, the first one ever. I hope we could do something like this in the future. I loved having drag queens, artists, amazing, everybody here doing everything on this channel today. So please stay tuned for the shows later today. But everybody, please go buy Chicory: A Colorful Tale, developed and published by Greg Lobanov. Is that it?
I think, I don't know.
Okay, we love your game. We love your game. It's on all stuff, and we are gonna close up the show here. So, everybody, bye. Thank you so much for coming. Bye. See you next time. I'm waving.